Hello YouTubers, or people out there in YouTube land. I hope you're all alright today. Better than I am at the minute. Shaking, pains, usual thing. Anyway, hopefully I'm going to start a new painting when this dries out. As you can see, I stretch my paper. Every time I paint, I stretch my paper. So now I'm waiting for that paper that I've stretched. I'm waiting for it to dry. It's not stretching the paper as in stretching the paper, but well, I suppose it is. You wet the back, you wet the front, you leave it for a few minutes, and then you stick it down with, well, I use butcher's tape, which is gummed paper, and you leave it to dry. And of course, when it dries, it shrinks. So as it shrinks, the tape holds it taut, and the actual paper shrinks, so it does stretch it. Gets very taut. Like, here's one I did. Now this one's been done for a while now, but as you can hear, it's very taut. I'm going to be using that shortly. Very taut. I've had them when in the past when I've put them on the board that they've actually bent the board. Actually bent the board, and it goes as tight as a drum. And it can actually flick the paper when it's on the board, and it'll actually make a sound like a drum. That's how good it is. It actually bends plywood. It bends the plywood. Them two pieces I've just showed you there on MDF. I don't like doing them on MDF because it soaks up the water too quick. I prefer doing them on plywood, and the only plywood ones I've got are only 5mm thick. And I could do with some more pieces of plywood that are bigger than A5, bigger than A4, bigger than A3. They're no good being the same size as A4, A5, A4 and A3 because that's too small. They have to be at least 3 or 4 inches in either direction to be big enough to get an A4 piece or an A3 piece on, or an A5 piece on. The reason being is, like I say, because of the tape. It's got to have at least, when you put an A4 down, you're going to at least need a 2.5 to 3 inch board all the way around a A4 piece of paper. The same goes with an A5 piece of paper, the same goes with an A3 piece of paper. You're going to need at least 2.5 to 3 inches all the way around for it to be any good. If you're wondering what's wrong with my head, I've had a haircut. That is psoriasis, I'm afraid to say. I know it don't look very good, does it? Itchy's like hell. Yeah. Well, shortly, I think we might start using a new. I've got another camera. It's a better quality. Well, I don't know whether it's a better quality one or not, but I've got another camera. The thing is, I need somebody behind the camera because I can't wirelessly connect with this one. Well, saying that, I don't know whether I can or I can't. I've never tried. Might be able to wirelessly connect with it, might not be able to. It all depends. Amanda's in the back, she's cooking tea. Do you want to say hello, Amanda?
Hello, Amanda.
That's Amanda.
Right over the Shebas.
Oh, the Sheba's, the little rugs.
The rug.
The rug.
Yeah, the rug. Aye. She reached out there.
She reached out to grab you, did she?
Yeah, she did. Aye, she reached out.
Here's Amanda in a very dark background.
It is, aye. Look, it's dark.
There's no lights on behind you and it's getting dark a little later in the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, aye.
So that means we get highlighted, our faces and our hands.
Oh.
And
That would be good Halloween, wouldn't it?
yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Oh, by the way,
This is white.
the first one of them paintings I did, I kept all of the painting I was doing. The second one was the one I tore up and scrapped. This was the first one I've done. It's had a few little happy accidents, but I might go back to it. I can always stick it down again, and Amanda can trim the brown off, and I could re-glue it, and I could repaint it probably. I could finish it off. But whether I do or whether I don't is another thing. And if you're wondering why...
An haircut.
Yeah, Amanda cut it the other day.
Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
It was yesterday, right.
Amanda's going to
He
just...
suffers from psoriasis, that's what the white is. And most of his head, except for this little bit here.
Oh, don't turn it on there.
Yeah, this little bit here.
Yeah.
It has psoriasis. That little bit's clear.
You see that bit there?
Yeah, hasn't got it.
Put it so they can see it, Amanda, because I can't work. I'm disorientated with being on the camera.
What you mean?
That's it.
I think that's a bit.
You see that side there?
Yeah,
This side here?
It's here. Yeah,
Here.
that's the only bit that hasn't.
It's the only bit that hasn't got psoriasis on, because if I turn around and you look at the other side,
yeah.
it's got psoriasis on it. So that must be the only bit on my whole body. That side must be the only bit on my whole body that doesn't get stressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because he's stressed everywhere else. He's got a bit here on his neck. Yeah.
Oh, while Amanda's here.
What? I'm sorting tea.
You're sorting tea. I was going to ask,
Tea.
are you doing Christmas cards this year?
Well, I'm hoping I am, because I've got most of the stuff to do it.
What do we need?
Well, I'm after some embossing powder. Yeah.
Right, so I have to go and have a look for some embossing
I've
powder.
got the die cutting machine and the embossing machine. Yeah. And no doubt we'll probably go to certain places and pick things up. Yeah.
Right, so people who are on mine and Amanda's Christmas card list, expect the handmade Christmas card.
Yeah.
Now these
Well,
things...
I don't know a lot of people.
No. And a lot of people know me, but they don't want to speak to me anymore.
Yeah, I'm just picked up a printed...
Oh look, a colouring picture.
Aye, colouring picture. Look.
There you go, look.
I still haven't finished off the...
The pan cheetah.
Yeah, I still
Panther,
haven't finished it
whatever
off. It's just having the time.
You know, I was just saying the other day, Amanda,
What's that?
you get on here, and it gives you half an hour or 25 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah.
And no sooner do you get on here and you get talking, yeah?
Yeah.
Then 10 minutes has passed.
Yeah? Yeah.
There, look.
Well, sure we're not going into a time warp?
Time warp, yes, could be. Could be. But like I was saying, I was just telling them I've done another paper. I said, I've got one down there. I said, I've done another paper.
Yeah, he's got one sorted there.
So
Just to do something on it.
I'm
No
gonna-
doubt he'll probably get me to bloody draw a picture on there.
well, I don't know.
No doubt.
Well, I need. I'll trace it down anyway.
Right, I'm going to go and do some tea.
What are we
Yeah.
having for tea tonight, hon?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm going to do some rice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Savoury rice. The cheating method, right?
Mm.
Dried savoury rice.
Right.
Going to do some mince.
Yeah.
Some peppers,
Yeah.
onions.
You could have done it with couscous instead of rice.
Could have done, but I prefer rice.
Right.
I'm so used to doing it with rice. Yeah.
So it's
I'd
rice,
say
rice and peppers.
onions. I've got some mushrooms. I'll do them. Or I could. I
Yep.
might not have enough peppers, so do stuffed peppers, but I might not have enough.
Well,
Yeah.
are you going to shove some chilies in it?
Yeah. Yeah, because what I do is when I do the mince, because I fry the mince onions, yeah, with some garlic.
And some
And,
chilies.
I do put some chilies in to give it a bit of spice, you know. And I mix that in with the rice. And I get peppers, onions, and I've got some mushrooms and a bit of garlic, and I fry them. But I don't mix them in, I put them on the top. You know,
Yeah.
makes it a nice meal.
Mm,
Yeah,
it does. Very nice, man.
yeah, does I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice, man,
Sometimes I
stuff.
do stuffed peppers with the rice and the mince.
Oh,
And,
stuffed peppers now like that. Nothing like it.
I might not have enough peppers, so that's the thing.
Wonder it's on my shoulder.
What is?
Buzzy. There's Horace disappeared. You get it?
No, even flew away. Landed on me titty!
What?
Yeah, it's flying around.
Flying around, is it?
Yeah.
Horace has disappeared because he doesn't like flies.
Doesn't, yeah, I'm gonna go and
They annoy him.
Oh,
And he doesn't.
look
He
at
just doesn't
the
like.
rug.
Mm.
The rug. Stand on it.
Sheba.
Sit
She.
down here. Put
She-
all the paws up.
Sheba doesn't mind flies. She actually chases around after them.
Yeah, she does. She chases bees.
Bees, wasps, flies. Now it's annoying me in here again. You never guess what? Bastard fly. Remember when I used to get him with my air rifle? Anyway, lost the plot a bit there. Sorry about that. Like I say, I'll be starting painting again when I figure out what I'm drawing. I think I'm heading off towards poppies again. You see, I've got three flowers which I really like drawing. One's pansies, one's poppies, and one's sunflowers. I know I should edge out a little bit more towards something else, but I never get round to it. With winter coming on, I might do some more nature study. Sorry about the automatic. Somebody set the burglar alarm off. I hope you can hear me still, with the burglar alarm going off in the background. That is what is known. That is what is known as the furry heat-seeking missile, or commonly known to a lot of us as the land shark. So be careful if you decide to come into my house. Be careful because it's got land sharks, hasn't it, Amanda? Yeah, it has. We've got land sharks. Hey, is Tracy had the car fixed? Not making that horrible noise. Wow. Sounds quite amazing. Tracy's car, she must have had it fixed. It's come up to 16 minutes in, and I haven't done anything except talk a load of crap. You know, I sometimes wonder why I bother. But I suppose I'm talking to myself, but am I being myself? Is it self-therapy that I'm doing? I suppose it could be self-therapy. Actually, I'm just waiting to go and see the therapist. I might be able to get over all this. Oh, I don't know. I hate it with these dark nights coming on. I'm going to have to sit under these lights a bit more. That's why I need to get stuff sorted, because I need to get some more lights, standing lights, because I'm going to have to put the new camera on a tripod. And Amanda's going to have to direct us, and she's the one who's going to have to do the filming, because I can't. Well, I don't know whether I can use a monitor on it or not. If I could use a monitor on it, it'd be even better if I could. I could maybe I know it's got a HDMI socket on it. And I know the monitor, I know one of my big monitor which I have on my computer has got a HDMI monitor on it. So I might be able to do it that way, or I might be able to run it through a bloody or I might be able to run it through a laptop, so I can see what I'm looking at, if you know what I mean. If you're wondering why I'm squinting, it's because of all the lights in here, because of the 3 lights in here. I've got 2 LEDs and a daylight fluorescent, and it is bright, very bright, and it's very dark outside, and that's why it looks very dark behind us. You know, it's only 10 to 6 and it's already starting to get dark outside. By 7 o'clock by 7 o'clock it'll be dark on, won't it? Starting to. And I hate these. I hate winter nights, dark nights, because I suffer from seasonal adjustment disorder. You know, It's
No, that's a SAD, isn't it?
SADS, seasonal adjustment disorder. Quite a few people suffer from it. If you find somebody who's got seasonal adjustment disorder, please buy them a daylight bulb or a fluorescent daylight tube. Try to make them happy, because it's horrible. Honestly, it is. It is bloody horrible, especially when I used to work in a garage, and sometimes I wouldn't get to see much daylight because you're always inside. That was when you get your most depressed, when you don't get out, when you don't see natural light. When I was at the other place where me and Amanda were, you were in daylight all the time until the dark nights came in, but you were in daylight all the time, and that was when when I was the least depressed, because you've got to be in the right type of light. Daylight's the best one. Being under these bright lights helps, you know, because you have difficulty adjusting to the winter. It's like people like who suffer from seasonal adjustment disorder, like me, pray for spring. Pray for British summertime to be here. Pray for bright lights. You know, lighter nights. We're coming into the winter now. It's horrible, and when you get just before you get to midwinter, it's like it's never really gets a proper daylight, do you? It's like it is now. It's dull, horrid, hated, just bloody hated. So I'll come in here and I'll sit under me bulbs, and of course I'll paint, so that should take my mind off things. Take my mind off things. Oh, I don't know. What am I going to do? It's 23 minutes. 23 minutes I've been in here. Another short video in the video diary or the video vlogs. Did I do the right thing doing a video diary or a video vlog? I don't know whether I did or I didn't. Amanda, I can hear Amanda rustling about in the back. She must be rustling up some peppers, are you?
What?
You must be rustling up some peppers, are you?
Yeah, I think I might have.
What, stuffed peppers?
Yeah, with the stuffed peppers. Because there was one there that was a bit withered. So it's going in the compost bin.
Stuffed peppers.
Yeah. 2 each.
Look at them peppers. Oh, look at them.
Aye, 2 each.
Oh, look at them. How do they do it on them on Facebook, them girls?
What girls?
When they pull the
What,
pout.
the bloody...
They pull the pout, don't they? They go...
don't know why they do that. And God, it makes them look ugly. Yeah, it makes them look. You see young lasses, right, and they're clattered with makeup, like big eyebrows and no.
No.
It does. It makes them look like clowns.
Drawn on eyebrows.
Yeah, makes them look like clowns, and they do this horrible pout, and no.
Look at my eyebrows. They're just simply wicked. Nastiness in total.
Mine looks a natural. Yeah,
and I grew my
and
beard.
I've got this big double chin.
And I grew my beard to cover my double chin.
Yeah. Somebody actually said to me, this was a couple of months ago, that I didn't look my age. The only thing is, it's because I'm going white.
We are going white.
Going white. Yeah.
Right, we're gonna have to wrap this up,
But
Amanda.
I don't have a lot of wrinkles on my face.
We're gonna have to wrap this up, Amanda, because it's gonna be stopping shortly. Do you want to say goodbye, Amanda?
Goodbye, Amanda.
Goodbye, Amanda. Right, you lot. I'm gonna have to go. You might get another video tomorrow. It all depends how I am. But look after yourself. Watch your back. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies even closer. And be good. And if you can't be good, be careful. And if you can't be careful, buy yourself a pram. Now look after yourselves.